I need to go on a diet.
That man and his merch.
Hello and welcome to That Man. That is me merchandise, and today we are looking at Plus Sized Elf Volume 2. Get excited because this is a really great manga that is all about exercise. Yeah, it's all about exercise, which isn't uncommon now these days. We've had stuff like One Punch Man where he does the 1,000 sit-ups, 1,000 push-ups, run 10k every single day. But I don't want to lose my hair, but being overpowered could be quite fun. No. I'll use the world of monster girls to try and curb my stomach. Now, I did cover the first volume of Plus Sized Elf a few weeks ago and I really enjoyed it. You can check out the video right up there, and if you do like this kind of content, please leave a like, please consider subscribing. We've got plenty more manga coming up, and yeah, Plus Sized Elf is strange, it's unique, it's over the top, it's ecchi, because of course we need ecchi to get our motivation for exercise. Yeah. So this tells the story of a young elf girl who's travelled from one world to another, and she has been addicted to fries. She's a herbivore. All they've had is potatoes, bland potatoes, and then she's getting the whole fries. Love them, absolutely adore them. However, she soon discovers that she's a bit podgy, and she could lose a bit of weight. The reason being, she can't go back to her original world because there's some kind of weird loophole that if you're not the exact same weight as you were before, you can't go back. So she enlists the help of a young massagist. The main character, the main male character does massage for a living, but yeah, he kind of explains on how she can lose a lot of tension, how she can lose a bit of weight and stuff like that. And then she just kind of goes back to her little world, then comes back the next day because she's addicted to fries. So this is kind of the long ongoing saga of this young elf where she's kind of just like, oh, I need to lose weight but I won't give up the fries, and the long suffering male character who just wants to help her. He's genuinely good hearted. I actually do like the male characters that he's not quite the same as most of them. I feel like he's got a little bit more for kind of this kind of setting in terms of character development. I really actually am quite enjoying him. But the main appeal of this series is of course the monster girls. So and we've got monster girls coming out every single chapter. We've got new ones, and in this particular volume we have a young kobold who looks like a child, acts like a spoiled brat, but has chubby cheeks because she's eating too much candy because she's making the other kids worship her like a goddess. Yeah. We also get a young orc girl who's basically just like a little piggy type girl, which was quite weird. She basically tries to go swimming, so they have swimming involved with it. And we also have an interesting succubus character, which I thought was quite interesting in general. So each of these characters all have different issues and different ways that they need to kind of get them resolved. So what we have in each volume, in each chapter, is we have different forms of basics exercise that most people can do at home. For example, early on in the series we had a young girl, a young dark elf, who wanted to improve her butt. But she works at a convenience store, so she doesn't have time to do it. So it was just like, yeah, do squats. Do squats. That was not a squat. And yeah, it's quite interesting the kind of way they do it, in the fact that they're just kind of like, yeah, you can do this at work, you can do it in between customers coming in. It's one of those things you can kind of do quite easily. Later on, obviously, we have a swimming one where it's just like, oh yeah, swimming's good for you. You can do this, 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 and this. And it's like, oh yeah, pretty cool. And we also have ones that's like, oh, what do you do when you get up in the morning? And it's like, oh well, I have like a glass of water that gets me my body flowing and makes sure my body's ready for this kind of workout. And it's like, I eat this, this, and this. And we actually do see a lot of the stuff like the traditional Japanese breakfast and how it helps them eat better and how take things a lot better than it would otherwise. I really thought that was a nice little addition to how it was kind of all done. We also see stuff like overeating and kind of how overeating is basically the root cause of it. One of the things is that I was long suffering with the elf girl is that she does all of these things and she does lose the weight at one point, but ultimately it's basically hammered into her every single time. The issue is what you're eating. Just stop cutting out the fries. But she's addicted to fries to the point that her shirts have different like I love oil and stuff like that. The one I really enjoyed was the little arc with the Succubus, in that the Succubus isn't trying to like have sex with the character. What she's doing is she's discovered how different ways on how to do different cooking and stuff like that. And that's what she tries to do. She just tries to do all these different cooking techniques and stuff. And it's really nice in the way they kind of do it. I really enjoyed it because it's a nice, different way of doing it. It's Succubus that it's quite different. And she was just like, oh well, all I want to do is I love the new cooking techniques and I love the new way of working compared to my old world, which is quite boring. I just want to have somebody who will fatten up and try out all the different stuff. I think she kind of realises that he can lose the weight because he's quite sensible. But it's one of those things. It's kind of it's one of those things where he's kind of like, oh well, no matter what I do, I'm putting the weight on. I'm putting the weight on. But it's obviously in his dreams, obviously he's asleep and she's feeding him and stuff like that. And I thought that was quite interesting, and it's just like, I wonder how many people have got a succubus who fatten them up. I've got a succubus that fattens me up. And one of the things I quite found amusing was that the succubus looks like Mina from My Hero Academia. Strange. But that gets on to me with the art of this. The art in this series is absolutely beautiful, and they make all of the girls look absolutely attractive. That's one of the things I really do like about it. There is kind of name calling and stuff between the different characters, but overall all of the characters are drawn really attractive, even with the extra weight and stuff like that, and I thought that was quite positive. I still felt that it was kind of like a nice message saying, well, you might have a little bit extra pounds, but you are still beautiful. And I thought that was a good message to take away from this. I mean, it doesn't help that the guy who done this basically looks like he's doing hentai, and there is a lot of ecchi in it, but I felt it was quite, it kind of felt good. It was well-meaning. It wasn't particularly nasty about stuff. I mean, yeah, it was trying to hammer in some of the ideas that it's what you're eating, not necessarily what you're doing. And I did really like that, and I did like the idea that it's kind of like it focuses on that, because some people think that they can eat whatever they want and then just exercise and then they'll knock it off. For some people that does work, but most people, it's what you're eating. When I was trying to exercise and get in shape, I was just like, oh, we'll do, it was called Fitter for Kitter, because it was for KitterCon, get fit for KitterCon. And I was just like, oh, well, I want to lose a bit of stomach. And they just went, well, just do a bit of running, but just look at what you're eating. That's going to be improved off what you're eating. A little bit of exercise and healthy eating is going to go a lot longer than just picking out and doing whatever. And that's one of the things I think we need to kind of realise as species. Is just like, yeah, you can work out all you want, but it's what you eat, basically, and possibly your genes. But yeah, this has actually got me really in the mood for exercising, and this along with stuff like what's this the anime called? What is it you even? How heavy are the dumbbells that you lift? They've got me really want to exercise. I might go exercise. Yeah. Exercise. Exercises, see me do my exercises. Exercises, exercises, see me do my exercises. What? I'm not going with him.